Okay, so we're picking this program up. We've got two variables storing the initial values of numbers, and then we are using a third variable, answer, and the value stored in variable number 1 will be added to the value stored in variable number 2, and they were then assigned to the variable answer. We then have a read print statement at the end, which combines the natural language element as one object and then separated by a comma, and then the variable storing the answer. What I'd like to do though is I'd like to change this so that rather than it being a fixed value, we're going to use the input function. So I'm putting a wee prompt, so enter a number. And then we'll do the same on here. Just copy. And I might just put in a second. So there we go. This, in theory, looks good, so it should work. So if I save this, I'm going to run it. And it's come over here. So here we are. So enter a number, 20. Enter a second number, 100. Oh, and the answer is this bizarre number here. What's going on? Well, find a wee space for that. You may remember in first year, the concept of ASCII. All computers use ones and zeros to store data. Those ones and zeros are sometimes numbers, but those ones and zeros are sometimes characters off your keyboard. Those ones and zeros are sometimes video, sometimes audio, sometimes programs and the instructions themselves. So you can see down here, the numbers, they're actually not a value, but this, like the number 2 is stored as the number 32, which is unhelpful because if we try and add them together, you can't. So they're not stored as a value. Back to our program. So this input is storing a ASCII, and the ASCII number is getting stored in here. But of course, it doesn't handle it then as a value. What we need to do simply is add a function to this called int. What int does as a function is it converts ASCII into an integer. An integer is the formal name for a whole number. So what's now happening is you've got this strange double bracket at the end, but this is because we've got the input function with its opening and closing bracket, and it is sitting inside an int function with the int opening and closing bracket. So we then put an ASCII value in here, the int function converts it to an actual value, and the actual value is stored in the variable num1. Same happens for the second. The two values can now be added because they are in fact the values of the numbers rather than just the shape or the character, and that will be stored in the answer. So now if we run that wee program, we'll just save it and run. I've got a mistake. How's that? I'm missing my second bracket. Schoolboy error. Right, try that again. The thing about the error, the red line comes at the first point where it doesn't understand what's going on. And this is because normally the last bit of the code that you've written is the bit with the mistake on it. So this line didn't make any sense. The A didn't make any sense because actually what the program was looking for was the closing bracket. Didn't see one, throws an error at the A. So there we go. Right, save that. Run it again. Bring this over. Here we go. So enter a number. I'm going to do 250. The answer is 250. Fabulous. Now working. Have a go at making that. Remember, we are int function wrapped around the input.